there's always the moon.
Thank you so much. I love your harmonies. It just, you could be singing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But you do so much more. I mean, your words actually have meaning. You know, as I was listening to that song, I was thinking it's such a beautiful metaphor for life within the hologram of our little solar system. There are so many times when it's night. It's night in our lives, and we can't see the bright sun of what we know to be truth. We can only see the darkness, and yet there is the moon, and the moon is reflecting that light. It's there as a portal, a reminder to us that, wait, even though you can't see it, that sun is there. And we get to serve as that moon for one another in the times, because we all have those times. We don't get through life without them. But the moon helps us to remember that's not all there is. Today, with Thanksgiving happening on Thursday, I thought about it and I thought, okay, this is actually this great formula. If you look at the word Thanksgiving, it has two parts. There's gratitude, which is what we tend to think about with Thanksgiving, but there's also giving. And it's not just giving thanks, it's that state, being in that state of giving. And both of them, when they come together, help us to get unstuck when we get into those dark places in our lives. I was thinking about being stuck, and I'm not absolutely positive I'm right about this, but I think I am, that anytime that we're stuck, it's because we're looking for something from outside of ourselves. Doesn't that seem accurate? We think we need a person to do something, show up in our life, be a way that they are not currently being. Or we think we need a job, or we think we need money, or it's something. We need health that is outside and it's not on the shelves of Costco. Maybe the medicine is, but whatever it is, there's something outside of us, and here we are stuck, not having that thing out there that we need in order to be okay. And when we get in that place, a way to get out of it is two ways are either thanks or giving. And both of them work. They will both get us out of that place of being stuck, because in both cases, it's something that is coming from inside of us and moving out, instead of waiting for something out to come in. Because we have no control over that. We've all noticed that, right? Despite our very best efforts, and we've put a lot of effort often into those things, that out there doesn't come in here, at least not on our schedule. But what's in here is designed to be given out. And if we will focus on that, then we get back into the flow. And once we get back into the flow, all the things that we desire in our lives can begin to happen. Because we're flowing again. We're not stuck. So thanking is a great starting point. I don't know if you have this tradition, but in my family, we go around the table on Thanksgiving and we talk about our year and what we have to be thankful for. And we like to go into detail about that. My 8-year-old grandson tried to get away with, for all the things that I'm grateful for. He got the me. It's important to be specific. It's important to savor the things that we have been given. And they can be big things and important things, but they can also be little things in our lives. And there's never a time at which there is nothing we can be grateful for. Like right now, in this moment, just stop and notice 5 things right in this room, right in your experience, right now, 5 things. And feel grateful for them. How many people were able to come up with 5? Raise your hand, please. Good. It's easy, right? And so when we are feeling not so great about whatever is going on, that's like instant medicine. We can just stop and notice, what can I be thankful for? What can I be thankful for? And in some ways, the simpler the better. Because when we go into the bigger things in life, if we're in a spot where things aren't going so well for us, it gets harder to reach those. But we can always be grateful for there is light pouring in through the windows. In fact, there are windows. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning, when we got this place, there were no windows in this building.
And the walls were brown. It was like we're going into a cave.
Yeah, that's true. So we could be grateful that we're inside. You know, simple things like that we just, well, duh, yeah, of course we're inside, we're in church. But that isn't a take for granted. We're sitting in these beautiful, comfortable chairs that were given to us that are so much cozier than the chairs that we had at the 100-year-old Grange. If you remember those chairs and the feeling on your bottom. There's always something that we can be grateful for. So that's part of our medicine for getting unstuck. The other part is giving. So I want you to think for a minute of a time that you gave something to someone. Something that really meant a lot to you to give. Now, it could be like a thing, it could be money, it could be a kiss, it could be a hug, it could be an experience, but just something that you gave that really, it was a big deal for you that you gave it. And as you remember whatever this was that you gave, I want you to notice, what does that feel like in your body? Even the memory of it. What does it feel like? Where in your body are you noticing the feeling? What do you notice? In the heart? And somebody said expansiveness. Anything else anybody noticed? In the solar plexus, you noticed it? What did it feel like there, Sarah?
It felt good. It sort of felt like a bursting.
A bursting. Okay.
And
Joanne?
an opening.
An opening? Okay. So what you're describing is the feeling of giving. And do you notice that that's the same feeling you get when you're thanking? Have you ever paid attention to that? When you're grateful, that is a sensation. So, like when you're teaching your children about please and thank you, in the beginning it's rote, right? You know, or if they don't really want to say thank you. And you know how you say to them, there's something missing there. And the thing that's missing, besides sincerity, is the feeling. And so if you pay attention to the feeling in your body, what becomes really cool is you can duplicate that without having to have a thing to be thankful for. So when you feel so happy and grateful for something, pay attention, what is the sensation in your body? So if it feels like this, if it feels like bursting, like that, whatever it feels like, memorize that feeling and then practice feeling that. So that you go around in this state of, ah. When you do that, all those prayer claims that you have, all those affirmations that you do it while, or whatever your thing is. Okay? And if you do that, that is like putting gas in your car. Then you can actually drive it somewhere. So you want to have the feeling of thanking and giving. And actual giving is also good. That gets you unstuck. There's somebody that I've been working with who is in a very, very difficult place in his life right now. And I just noticed as I was thinking about this person that there are a lot of complaints that he's mired in right now about who is not doing what for him and what is not happening for him. And he's very stuck, and he's completely focused on what's out there that is not being done, that should be done in order for him to feel good. And there is zero focus on what could he give. And that's just, he's in a very dramatically difficult place right now. But all of us get in those places, don't we? And we focus on what's out there instead of what can I give? Is there someone who's kind of sitting by themselves that nobody's talked to? That I could go talk to? Is there somebody who needs a smile? Is there somebody who just needs a listening ear? Is there somebody who needs me to open the door for them? Could I take some time to gather some things for those blessing bags that we're going to be doing and make the effort to bring them in? Could I take a training and become a host for a spirit group and open my home to others to develop community? Could I do that? Could I sign up to just be in a spirit group and show up? Really give some thought. Maybe it's financial. Could I give some money? Wherever it is that you would be giving it, or do I need to save it for my poor pitiful old age? Or whatever story. I mean, have you ever had that thought? You know, I have to save money for my poor pitiful old age. You know, like, what are we affirming here? But maybe I could just let it go and trust and give something away. Maybe I could give a prayer to someone who needs prayer. There's always something we can give. When we have the story, I have nothing to give, that is a lie. It is never, ever true. Our energy is a blessing. And we always have that to give. And it can take a specific form. And if we're open to it, and if we just ask our own guidance, what could I give? What can I give here? We will get an answer. For sure. And then we just have to follow through and do it. So as you sit around your Thanksgiving table, not only give thanks for the food and for the friends and family and the life that you are given, but make a resolution to live from that state of thanking and giving. Make that be your way of being in the world. And if we will all do that, we will experience a state of flow that is so much greater than anything we have yet known. And we will create a light in this world that will bounce off the moon and beyond.